What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the BTS Action Meals. Chris J. Thank you guys for tuning in. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on all socials. Links are located in the description. Down inside the BTSI show is a cash app. Participate, waive all rights to privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 during the cash app giveaway. And if I'm in a good mood, who knows, I may give out uh, $200. Let me rephrase that. I may give out another $100 to a second individual, possibly a third individual. All right, y'all. This is another edition of Our Reactions. Salute to Daryl Long. The links are located in the description. Please go like the screen, subscribe to Daryl Long if you haven't already. Now, let's get into this. Why am I doing this stream? Be advised, this stream that I'm in reference to is still going on right now. So the links are located. Just go back and click it whenever you guys get the chance. Matter of fact, let me drop the link because I'm going to say some things. I might open it. I'll see if they want to pull up and keep the same energy. But the only thing is, they're not in their world, they're in my world. We're gonna have the conversation like it's supposed to have. You're not gonna do word salads, you're not gonna overtalk me, you're not gonna do all this other goofy shit that you do in other people's panels. If you're gonna have a conversation, we're gonna have it the right way. We're gonna do it this my way. If not, don't click the link, which most of you don't do it anyway. So hold on. Let's see. There we go. All right, links is right there. I want let me pin it to the top because I don't want to hear no one's excuses, copy please, or whatever goofy shit they want to do. But yeah, while I'm about to pin this link, here's what it is. I'll start with the last one that I'll work my way back. All right, it's pinned to the top. I don't know how this conversation. Actually, I know how it was picked. Um, the conversation came up about predators, uh, there being some form of sexual assault or rape, that type of stuff. And of course, that normally leads to a clusterfuck. Now, with that being said, it's really who's to blame, who deserves accountability, is those conversations. And I try to offer some diplomacy to both sides. Of course, the first person to attack me was a woman when I was speaking to the men about the predators. And to those two goofy ass individuals, you talk about men need to protect y'all. When a man came out and spoke on your behalf, you first thing you want to do is attack them and silence them. So mm, to those two dumbasses over there,
You are stupid. You are stupid. And don't forget, you are stupid.
I wish there was one where it's a well, there's I got one that's where I should call them retards, but that's really particularly aiming towards the men, so I won't play that right now. But yeah, I'm gonna say this: when it comes to predators, this is a two-way street. Both sides are to blame. See, and here's how it is. I understand if you was raised by a single mother or a weak docile man, you would think this is only on the man's fault. See, I can actually think outside the box and come to understanding why people have certain takes. Nevertheless, it's still both parties. Here's why. Let's start with the predators. There's levels to being a predator. Let me say that again. There is levels to being a predator. If you disagree with me and you have smoke, the link is right there. Pull up. With there being levels, it could be something as extreme as R. Kelly or Jeffrey Dahmer, or whatever the case may be, a Jeffrey Dahmer type of predator. It could be that extreme, or it could be something as small compared, obviously compared to those extremes that I mentioned. It could be something so small as far as you intentionally brushing up against a woman just to feel on her. See how I covered that there's levels to being a predator? See how easy that was? Now, the question is, eh, so with those being the examples, there's a lot of room in between to being a predator. Obviously, this is plain old common sense. So the question is to the men, what do you do when it's just you and your boys, and you guys are having conversations, and you hear something that's creepy, something distasteful, something that you don't condone, something that your parents raised you not to be and not to engage with? The question is, what do you do about that, man? Number one, if somebody is admitting a crime like that, it should be reported. It should be reported. I'm not going to say recorded, because how the judicial system works, if you record somebody without the consent, that evidence could be thrown out of court, which is probably the most dumbest law I've ever heard. But hey, that's just what we have to all work with at this point in time. If a man or somebody in your circle admits to doing something predatory, you need to report it. How, you know why you need to report it? Because that's protecting black women. Look, obviously, I'm talking to men and women on both sides, but I think this is a conversation pertaining to black people. So I may say black men, I may say black women, but in all actuality, I'm talking to everybody. We talk about protecting black women. How can we if we're with the predator and we're not reporting the predator? How is that protecting black women? Protecting, protection, pro. First three letters, pro. You know what? First three letters go with pro as well. Proactive. Being proactive and reporting the crime. Being proactive and notifying people to stay away from said individual. Being proactive and make sure your community, your tribe is protected. See, if those two goofy bitches, fucking, let's go there. If those two goofy ass bitches shut the fuck up and let me explain that, I could have gone into details and actually been an advocate for them. And I am an advocate for them. But they're too emotional. This is why I said in the back, this conversation is not for the triggered and it's not for the unhealed. And when it comes to those two goofy bitches on Daryl's panel, they either triggered or they unhealed. And not only that,
You are stupid. You are stupid. And don't forget, you are stupid.
because you don't know what protection looked like from a man, you thought I was attacking you. How stupid and foolish can you be? The next time I address men, sit there, shut the fuck up, and let me address the man. Let's get to the women now, since they want to jump out there when they have no business doing it. And like I said, the link is right there. You are more than welcome to pull up. Just know that you better have some emotional control, not emotional intelligence, because there's no such thing. Emotional control. Let's get to the women. Now, if you are a woman who was raised by your mother, raised by women in your family, you had a docile of a father figure, you would think it's just the predator's fault, solely the predator's fault. And to a degree, you're absolutely correct. Because regardless of what you wear, regardless how you conduct your behavior, individuals need to operate and exercise self-restraint. But ladies and gentlemen, in this world that I'm in, every time I take down a bad guy, two more pop up. What does that mean? Although I'm gonna keep doing my job, as the protagonist, there's always going to be an antagonist out there to derail everything or come back even stronger. But that's not going to stop me because I'm always going to sharpen my ire and always stay ahead of my enemy. Now, here's where it becomes where this is where we need to hold accountability to the women as well. Not solely on the women, they get it too. They need accountability as well. Here's why. If you was raised by a strong father figure, most of you weren't. Or most of y'all was not raised by a father at all. Yes, I said it. He's going to tell you how you need to dress. He's going to tell you how you need to conduct yourself. You know, I know he does. He's doing that because not only is he doing that, his wife, your mother, is co-signing and agreeing with him and pushing the same information to you. With you knowing how to dress and how to conduct yourself and how to protect yourself, this lessens the chances of you being attacked. I didn't say it was 100% foolproof. There's no such thing. You're going to lessen the opportunity for a predator to strike. If you go in shark infested waters, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, let's go there. If you go, if you intentionally go in shark infested waters, that's dangerous in of itself. And guess what? Contrary to what you guys see on cartoons or whatever the case may be, sharks are really, some sharks are not going to attack you. Some to most, they won't attack you, especially if you know how to operate and you know how to move, how to gently, when they approach you, how to gently put your hands on their nose, keep your body at a parallel position and gently push the tiger, oh, excuse me, push the shark away in another direction. You didn't know that, did you? I know you didn't know that. But what happens when you go in that shark infested water and there's blood? Are you going to tell the sharks that they're not supposed to eat you? Are you going to tell the sharks they're not supposed to attack you? That's not how the real world works. When you decide to wear revealing clothing with and or a combination of how you conduct yourself, you're basically dressing yourself up in blood. You're going to go jump in shark infested waters and tell the sharks they're not allowed to eat you. Where the fuck they do that at? You people are not qualified to have this conversation at all. For the past, um, one second, y'all. Let me make sure all my signals is running. All right, mic check. We're still good. Okay, then hopefully that's nothing. Um, let me double check to make sure that we're still online because there's stuff like this. Okay, we're good. Perfect. So on the as me addressing the men, when you see a predator, I don't go all right, my check. All right, good. Sorry Sorry about that, y'all. I just got a phone call from my pops. I'll call him later, but I'm not in the mood to talk right now because I'm doing something a lot more important than whatever he wants me to do right now. So I'll call him later. Okay, good. We're good. Now, what I was saying. So, in closing, so we can get to the next topic. When it comes to predators, all men are not predators. Now if you want to go with the narrative that all men are predators by nature, that's one thing. But what separates us from them is self-control, resistance, training, education. That separates males from the men. That separates us from the followers to the leaders. You can't put that on a broad brush for men because that opened Pandora box for another conversation to happen pertaining to the woman, and we're not going to do that. I won't allow it. So I would strongly suggest for those who are untriggered and healed, you make sure you deal with those women before I do. I don't have a problem, but I allow the women to take care of the women. So to the predators, to the men, excuse me, to the men, you better do something about these predators. They're in your circle. You gotta be able to call them out. You better learn a form of isolation. And you better learn to spread the words to protect the community. And granted, when you're doing that, you better have the facts to back it up because that can get dicey real quick. Now, as far as the women, you can dress whatever, you can wear whatever you want, or whatever the case may be. But you decide to cover yourself in blood and go in shark infested water and think the sharks are not going to attack, you're a fool, a complete utter fool. Now let's get to the next part. Earlier they was talking about um, um, they were talking about angry man. If he's such an intelligent brother, why does he do this? Why does he do that? How come he hasn't had passed any legislation? How come he didn't do this for the black man? You know, the stuff and all this other goofy shit. Now, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm about tired of people going to Israel to speak on the behalf of Angry Man. If you have a question for Angry Man, why don't you ask Angry Man? Why don't you talk to him? Ladies and gentlemen, I know where this man is at. He is on his channel. He is on Toxic Avengers. Occasionally he go to Israel's panels. He's on sometimes go on Fatty channels, Aaron's channel, not Chiki's as much as anymore. Fight Club. Those are 7 locations on where you can actually reach out to Angry Man. Matter of fact, if I have a disagreement with Angry Man, which we had before last year, the Saturday before Father's Day, I did that. And I'm considered I guess at that time on this side of YouTube, you could call myself a rookie, and I put that in air quotes. I was able to talk to Angry Man. How come you guys can't? Y'all been here longer than me. Matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't I just talk to Angry Man last month? We talked about a little bit over an hour and a half. We had a conversation. So it's not like so I don't understand. Hey, Red Lipsticks, how you doing today? It's not like the man is impossible to contact. I don't get why you guys are going to all these other people to talk about Angry Man. That sounds wild to me. It's almost cowardly. Are you not man enough to talk to this man directly? And I'm not talking about anybody particular. I'm just using this as an example for a bigger conversation. If you want to say something to that man, go talk to him. If you ever want to know how that man feel, go ask him. Stop going to these secondhand people. And I'm not saying that any disrespect to anybody, especially is that's my guy. I rock with him. But no, if I want to ask any man a question, I'm going to Ingrid. I'm not going to Is. Now let's get to this very question about his credentials. About how is he helping black men? How's he helping black people and He's not passing legislation or that goofy shit. Number one, there's more than one way to help black men. You know how I know that? Because I've done that plenty of times, countless of times, even before I got on YouTube. Number two, what is what to the title? Who are you here for? If we're talking about black community bettering black men, what are you here for? Are you here for the spotlight? Or are you here to assist? Because if he's doing something compared to just coming on the internet, just talking and not contributing, what are we talking about here? So put everybody to the side. Clear the floor. Do you want to help this community? Yes or no? That's a question you need to ask on your own time. And if the answer is yes, are you ready to play your position in helping this community? You know why that's important? Because the ball's not always going to be in your hand. And guess what? You're not always going to take the final shot to win the game. Think Michael Jordan. Think Kobe Bryant. Think LeBron James' second year in Miami. Think Steph Curry. Think Kevin Durant. You know what these five individuals have in common? They're assassins. They're willing to do whatever they need to do to win. And guess what? Sometimes passing that ball to an open man is just as deadly as them taking the final shot. With two or three, with them being double team or triple team. You guys heard me say this before. And I'll have to let me stick with that point. Or do you want to play hero ball? The best example is Russell Westbrook during his time in OKC with KD. He always had the ball in his hand when he didn't need to. He always jacked up shots. His stats are putrid because you want the focus on you. You want to take that final shot. You want to be that guy. You want to be that man. We unlock. Salute to you, brother. You want all eyes to be on you, but like I did that. As you want to be assassin to win at the end, or do you want all eyes to be on you? You want to be that hero to take that final shot? The fuck you mean you come into individual and say you didn't pass no legislation, but so you're not helping the kid in me? Says who? Who the fuck said that? That's how you're corny. That makes you goofy. That gives credence to why it seems like the community has not moved forward or shown any progression going forward. Because, ladies and gentlemen, moving into another scenario, some of you guys heard me say this before. I'd rather be John Stockton than Michael Jordan. I don't need to have the final shot. I don't need to do that because, like I said, as somebody that wants to see this community grow and see men do better, I'd rather assist in any way, shape, and form. Any way possible I can help. Cool. I don't need the spotlight. I don't need the public thank yous. I appreciate it, but I don't need them. I just want you guys to win. And I can do that in the background. Nobody sees me. Everybody wants the attention to be on them. Just Jay, salute to you. How you doing? And speaking of Just Jay tried to come on this same panel and actually provide insights and correction, but there's those two goofy ass women on the channel didn't want to listen. So that's why anytime I think about them, I have to play
You
this.
are stupid. You are stupid. And don't forget, you are stupid.
So it's like people just want to talk. Nobody wants to actually have solutions. See, certain conversations, the one we was talking about earlier, are not for trigger people, are not for the unhealed. Matter of fact, I'll say this. When Right, it's 100% a team effort. I don't need a spotlight. I just want to win the championship. I don't have to be the MVP. Give me my ring. And by giving my ring, that means I want this community to be pushed forward. Give me that ring. But that's all I. Man, I'm about to get it. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Some of you guys don't care about the community. Some of you guys don't care about women's rights of victims being the predators. You just want to talk. And that stupid bitch said all I do is go on these long dialogues. You goofy asshole, you didn't add nothing to the conversation. With that being said, I gotta play this again.
You are stupid. You are stupid. And don't forget, you are stupid.
Like a little waste of fucking space. See, there's content creators, there's those who contribute, there's those who are not content creators, but they're valuable assets to one's platform. And there's just people who just want to be here. I don't want anybody call Fantasy Alligator a cloud chaser anymore. I don't want anybody call Just Pearly a grifter or that goofy shit anymore. Start pointing out the people in your own space first before you go talk about them. If someone has a comment, ask them what have you contributed to this motherfucking space. To then, I don't want to hear nothing about fantasy no more. I don't want to hear nothing about Just Pearly no more. Talk about the people in your tribe first before you talk about anybody else. And notice how the link to come up here and give me the smoke is still pinned to the top. Nobody pulled up. Do you know why they hate me on other panels? Because I call them out on their bullshit every motherfucking time. You open the dictionary, learn some big ass words. Let me add this to my repertoire. Let me see who I can get to climax first. Then I come in and break that shit down. And tell you just because you learn a big word, you're not losing it in the proper context, and you think you can fool these niggas, but you're not fooling me. Fair enough. I hate when people use victims to push themselves forward. That's my biggest pet peeve. Whether it be here or Clubhouse, you're using victims to push yourself forward, to build yourself up. You don't give a fuck about them. And if I call you out on that, I have every right to. Let me get out of here because I need to go calm down. I didn't think I was going to get this hot. On your way out, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on all socials. Links are located in the description. Down beside the BTSI shows the Cash App. Participate with all the rights to privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 during the Cash App giveaway. If I'm in a good mood, it might be two people, it might be three people. But if I continue to feel the way I feel right now, it's just going to be one person. If you want to build yourself up as a content creator so it can all be about you, do that. Stop using dead bodies, victims, or whatever case may be to build up your platform. You don't care. And we see it. Or at the bare minimum, I see it. And you try to silence me. If you want to silence me so bad, 5085 West Timer Road, Houston, Texas. We can meet there. You can try to silence me there. But you won't because you're not built like that. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the BTS Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.